I'm going to go hit some balls. I'm going to go hit some forehand ground strokes, some forehand drives. As I do this, as I drill this, whether you've got a partner or a ball machine, a couple of things to keep in mind is I want to be able to diagnose why balls don't go where I want them to go, and a lot of them don't go where I want them to go. So if it goes into the net, I want to understand why, and I probably got my paddle there too late. The ball got to that ideal contact point before my ball. We met behind that, I didn't get enough lift, it didn't go over. So I try and fix that on the very next shot. I want the mindset of, all right, I know what I did wrong, I diagnosed it well, I'm going to try and fix that. Sometimes I overcorrect and the next one goes long, but that's what happens. Or conversely then, it's like I'll hit a ball and it will go long and I go, I got there early, I got my paddle to that contact point before the ball, my timing was off, I got too much lift, I want to try and fix that on the very next shot. It may go a little bit left or right of where I wanted it to go, and then I go, did my paddle chase that ball to my target, or was my paddle swing off a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right? So I want to understand what those situations look like and try and fix those. And understand I'm not going to hit all these perfect, and that's why I'm drilling, is I want to go drill some of these balls. I also want to pay attention to the sound as this comes off of my paddle, because there's definitely a really good sound I'm looking for. When I'm hitting really good balls and they go where I want them to go, they sound a certain way. And I want to understand what that sound is, and then later on I may hit a ball and go, oh, that didn't sound good at all. And it may still kind of go where I wanted it to go, but I know I mishit that ball a little bit. And so I pay attention to the sound, and I'm looking to hear that sound after I hit that ball. Is like, did that sound like what I wanted it to sound like? And if it did, I try and remember all those things that I just did to get that ball to go where I wanted it to go. I also want to be able to feel how that shot felt. So get to the point where you can feel that, yeah, that came off my paddle really good, or it didn't feel like it should have when it came off my paddle and it came off of the edge someplace, somewhere outside of that sweet spot. And you need to be able to diagnose where it came off. Did it come off the high side or the low side, or did it come off the edge, or did it come off of the heel? And all of those are different corrections you need to make to be able to make. So if I'm hitting this ball and it feels like it comes off of here, then I know that I probably wasn't far enough back and this ball was higher. I wasn't maybe using my non-paddle hand as well as I could. Or if I hit this ball and it comes off dead and it feels like it came off of this tip, that's a whole different correction I need to make, so that I go, I wasn't low enough, that ball was lower off of my paddle than I wanted it to be. Or maybe it comes off down here and I didn't have my paddle low enough, or maybe it came off the higher part of my paddle and I had my paddle too low. So as you hit these balls, try and understand what it felt like. Did it feel like it came off of that paddle solidly, and did it sound that way? Or did it feel like it came off of someplace other than that sweet spot? And as we're hitting these drills, we want to understand and focus on, how did that feel when that ball came off of my paddle? If I hit it well, it has a certain solid feel to it, and it feels like it goes well, and I can see that ball go away. I also want to watch the balls that goes away. How much rotation does it have on it? And if I was trying to hit topspin, does it have the amount of rotation on it that I wanted to have on it? Or if I was hitting this ball flat, how much rotation does it have on it? Is it just barely rotating, or is it rotating a lot? Or is it rotating in a different direction that I thought I hit that ball, so I didn't come straight through the center of that ball, it kind of came off the side of that ball in whatever direction. I'm trying to look for the rotation on that ball as it goes away to give me some feedback for how well or how poorly I hit that ball. And I had a video about marking balls well, so you can actually see that rotation a little bit better. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. But as you're drilling, try and make sure your balls have some marking on it. It makes it a little bit easier to see the rotation. There's really no downside to marking them. Well, if you look at pro tennis balls, they have a big logo on them, and that makes it easier to see the rotation on that ball. We want to be able to see the rotation on the ball as that ball leaves our paddle. And that will tell me if I hit it like I wanted to hit it. So if I'm trying to hit topspin, or I'm trying to hit slice, or side spin, or I'm trying to hit this ball flat, I want to see that rotation on the ball as it goes away. So don't just hit the ball and see this big colored blob going away from you. Try and pick up the rotation. If you will mark your balls well, it will be easier to see that rotation on the ball as it goes off your paddle and back across that net. I'm going to go hit some balls and try and get better. And I'm going to try and diagnose when balls don't go where I wanted them to go. Why? As I talked about in the previous segment of this video. So I'm not going to hit them all perfect. I'm going to mess some up, but that's just how it goes. Let's go hit some balls. Here we go. All right, that was way high. So as I hit these, I'm going to try and diagnose where they were, or how good or how bad that shot was, and what I need to fix. I'm going to try and use my left hand and keep it out there by the ball, keeping that left hand in close. So I'm low, so I tend to have my forearm a little bit parallel to the floor. Not exactly, but I get my eye down to that ball better. Those are all going pretty well. I like that ball. I want that one over. That was pretty much a twin. That ball was a little bit right. I should have moved better, and I didn't. Just trying to hit through these balls. That was too high, so I got there early. I need to slow the next ball down and correct that, and I did, so I got that ball lower over the net. That's too low, so now I need to fix that. Get that ball up, which means I swing a little bit earlier and the ball goes up. That was low again. They concentrate and fix that. That was good. Deep in the corner. Might have been long on that one, so a little bit high. I fixed it. Fixed my timing. That's nice and deep in the corner. That's even better because it stayed lower, meaning it bounced lower on the other side. I was talking and didn't hit that ball well. That one's going left. You see if I can swing more to the corner. That was better. Nice and deep. It's hard for me to talk and hit well. Better. That was a good shot. I want to keep that one. Remember what that good shot felt like. A little bit early horizontally. So that one went too far left, so I'll try and fix that one. The one after that went a little bit too far right. So sometimes I overcorrect, but I'm always trying to correct. Try and do this in the game. Ball doesn't go where you wanted it to go. That was good, but a little bit low. Even though it was low over the net, not much margin for error. That was better. So to the top of the net. Want to fix that, so that went over, but my swing wasn't good. Too low again. Here we go. See if I can fix that. That's better. A little bit early. I was trying to go over to the corner, so that's better. Mishit that one. And that one, you can hear the sound, how different it was than that one. You can hear a sound and use that sound. Listen, when you hit this ball, that sounded good. That sounded good. That sounded good, but it was too late, so it went in the net. So I was earlier on the next ball, late on that one again, because I'm talking. Late again, it was higher, but still into the net. That was good, still a little bit low. Now, if they're up on the kitchen line, those low balls are good, except not much margin for error. That was pretty good. I felt that was going to be bad. That's better. Get this ball out of the way. So it doesn't have to be in the corner. It can be just to my left of that center line, which is they're a righty, that's their backhand side. Pretty good. So right there's the backhand. Right there's to the corner. Back to the corner. Try and leave this left hand out there as long as you can. I probably haven't been because I've been talking, thinking about what I'm going to say. Longer you can leave that non-paddle hand out there, the better your reference is. Closer. Oh, I had to move on that one, so I did. Those are all pretty good. Let me mishit a couple balls. I'll hit this one early and it'll go high. I go, oh, I was too early. I got to fix that. I was late. Got to fix that. Timing was better. vertically, but it went too far left. So I need to fix that. So even though it's a good shot from my opponent's perspective, if it didn't go where I wanted it to go, then I have to say that wasn't a good shot. Oh, I was late on that one. I got lucky it went in. Still listening for the sound of the paddle hitting the ball. Sounded good. That sounded good. Too low, so it went over, but not much margin for error. So a little bit earlier on that next one to get that ball higher. I don't want to wait until I have a mistake and hit the ball out before I fix. I got lazy, I didn't move. Too late on that one, so timing need to be a little bit earlier. A little bit long, got to get that ball down. I was down, but not fast enough. So I'm always trying to fix something. I'm always, oh, that was late. Horizontally, so I went further right than I wanted. You know, that was down the middle, so not a bad shot. And I wouldn't disagree, but it was not where I wanted. 2 before went in the net. Next one I got there earlier, went over the net, but just tipped the net. My brain goes, not enough margin for error. I got my paddle there late on that one. And it went in the net. So that's what I'm thinking as I'm hitting these balls, trying to figure out if they go where I want them to go. It can be a good shot, but it's like I didn't really plan to have that ball go there. So understanding so I talked in earlier videos about controlling the height of the ball over the net, and that is how early I swing. So the earlier I'm out here before the ball gets here, the more left. I have this ideal contact point. My paddle gets there late to that ideal contact point and the ball gets there first. Then I don't get enough lift. It goes in the net or goes too low. And then there's the left-right horizontal axis. So if I'm not chasing that ball to that corner, that ball's going where I'm swinging. So if it goes too far left or too far right, then I go, I need to pay attention to what my paddle does after contact, meaning that my paddle probably went too far left as I was swinging, or it went too far right as I was swinging. And I need to focus more on the next ball, what happens to my paddle after I contact that ball. And if, on average, my paddle is going in the exact direction of where I want that ball to go, the ball's generally going to go there. Not always, but for the most part. So hope you found that helpful. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I would appreciate it. Thank you.